going to get started with my presentation. Hello. In this presentation, I will be evaluating the current services for adult language learners, particularly ESL, provided by the Montgomery County Public Libraries. This is a large library system within Montgomery County, Maryland. I will also make some recommendations for the library to possibly expand on these services. The library I will use to compare and contrast these services will be the Jacksonville Public Libraries of Duval County, Florida. According to the U.S. Census, both counties are rich in diversity and have a need for adult language learner services. A quick background of the demographics of Montgomery County. It is a densely populated and highly diverse county with people from very diverse backgrounds. As for the Montgomery County Public Libraries, it is made up of 23 branches, serves a dense population of approximately 1 million people. 32% or 320,000 were born in a foreign country. 36% or 360,000 approximately speak a language other than English at home. This is according to the U.S. Census. The county has a growing population of refugees and immigrants as well, for whom the library has a great opportunity to make a positive impact. Montgomery County Public Libraries offer a variety of services. For instance, through a partnership with Citizenship Maryland, the library offers citizenship classes. There is also a partnership with the Literacy Council of Montgomery County. Through this partnership, ESL classes are offered within one branch of the library, the Gaithersburg Library Branch. The classes are free, but the students must purchase their own books. The library itself provides a communication clubs through several branches of the library, through which participants may practice speaking in English with others. The library also has online resources for English learners. Resources such as Mango and Rosetta Stone are perfect for learning in the privacy of your own home. English learners may learn at their own pace and practice lessons multiple times. Features of the Rosetta Stone software also allow one to practice enunciation. Both the online language software and the communication club work well together. The software helps to learn new words and sentence structures, and the communication club allows one to practice and congregate with other English learners rather. This helps to build the community and to hop over the intimidating hurdle of speaking to others in another language. A hurdle that anyone who tackles a new language knows is daunting at first, yet fun and vital to the learning experience after trying it. Also, I did appreciate the webpage for English learners. It has a full list of communication club times and locations, as well as a detailed list of community resources and potential costs. Moving on to the Jacksonville Public Libraries. The Jacksonville Public Libraries are also made up of several branches within Duval County. It's made up of 22 branches, serves a dense population of just under 1 million people. 13% or 130,000 were born in a foreign country. 10% or 100,000 speak a language other than English at home. The diversity of the population is similar to Montgomery County. However, this county has a lower population of those born in a foreign country, as well as those who speak English or a language other than English at home. I wanted to keep this as a point in regards to the services offered by this library. This library system serves many needs of the community, including classes for citizenship, and has a straightforward guide to what ESOL classes are offered. There are 4 levels of traditional classes, which are offered at 4 branches of the library. Additionally, there are conversation essential classes offered in 5 branches. Conversation Essentials is described as informal, drop-in class. However, there are topics to build vocabulary, giving the class some structure. Transparent Language and Duolingo, online language learning systems, are offered as well, allowing the student to learn at their own pace. One particular aspect that I personally found impressive of these resources offered by the Jacksonville Public Libraries is that the library itself offers these services, not through a partnership. These classes are completely free to the patron. Additionally, these classes are offered in multiple locations within the county. Although the Montgomery County Public Libraries do offer the conversation clubs at several branches, the ESL class offered through the partnership with the Literacy Council of Montgomery County is offered only at one location, at a single branch. Although the branches may seem close together on a map, unfortunately, Montgomery County is highly congested as it is right next to our nation's capital. With good traffic traveling from Silver Spring Branch to the Gaithersburg Branch in Maryland, it could take about an hour. However, one would need to take the highly congested Capital Beltway, 495, which could double or even triple the time, depending on the time of day you go. In this way, the library could be depending on the county's community college to fill this gap. Montgomery College has ESOL classes that may be accessed. This is a wonderful resource that has already helped so many people. However, there are some limitations to this program. Some classes and conversation workshops have fees that some individuals may not be able to afford on a tight budget. Also, it lacks some flexibility in regards to attendance and missed classes. Some rural areas of Montgomery County, such as Olney, have a bit of distance from all resources mentioned earlier. Therefore, my recommendation would be that the possible underserved portion of the community is adult language learners with low incomes and adult language learners in more rural areas of Maryland. I remember a time in my life where $400 was a sum of money that was practically unattainable. I know that others who are in this situation, who may not have a car and who may have a tight budget, would have difficulty with these obstacles. And as you can see, the approximate price for classes is around $400. I propose a free ESOL resource expanded to additional branches could help so many people within the surrounding communities and would help the library align with its mission, which is to offer free and equal access to services, resources that will connect the people of Montgomery County to ideas and information which sustain and enrich their lives. The library could also offer some casual alternative services in this area as well. Beginner English classes can be offered without any requirements of attendance. Another potential option for individuals with small children would be a class in which parents and children participate in lessons. This has many additional benefits as well. It encourages parent and child interaction and provides a positive environment for learning. Classes could focus on core English sentence structures with children's books as well, which would help encourage literacy and is a great way to get kids interested in reading. When learning a language, it is important to keep the atmosphere less stressful and make learning fun. So there would be no grading system for the casual parent-child class. A simple survey after the class, or at most a small assessment before and after the class to track progress would be enough. Perhaps one of the reasons for the many partnerships is to reduce expenses for the library that serves such a large and densely populated area. However, the library could host its very own ESL classes or even expand its partnership with the Literacy Council, which would be free to the patrons of the county. One way would be to divert some of the funds for materials to ESL textbooks that could be borrowed by the students of the classes. According to the Maryland Public Library statistics for fiscal year 2016, found on the Library Research website, Library Research Service website, the Montgomery Library System spent over $6 million in materials. This is across all branches. Unfortunately, I was unable to get in touch with library personnel, but taking into account the expenditures of previous years, the assumption for the budget for materials appears to be steady at approximately $5 million per year across all branches. Expenditures to the collection could simply be shifted slightly to increase the ESL resources for classes. Classes could be taught by volunteers or staff with experience teaching ESL. Additionally, Montgomery College has a training program for those who would like to teach English as a second language, and it helps them to get their TESOL certificate. It would be a great asset to the library if volunteers from the program could be used for the library's own classes. This would give real-world experience to the students as well. This training program in Montgomery College is very popular, and volunteers could be acquired for multiple library branches. Alternatively, an incentive could be given to current library staff to gain their TESOL, ESOL, or ESL accreditation, so that they may participate in these classes as well. For instance, an incentive could be that the classes to obtain the certificate are paid for by the library. If any additional funding would be required, some grants could be applied for. For example, there is a grant from the ALA Office for Literacy and Outreach Services funded by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation, which offers 15 grants of $10,000 through the American Dream at Your Library initiative. These grants are specifically for public libraries, so they may expand their services to adult language learners, basic education, and workforce development. The library would qualify for this grant because the library serves adult language learners, and several branches of this library are located within 20 miles of the Dollar General location, which is an additional requirement of the grant. Of course, the driving distance is greater than the actual radius distance, but this was just to demonstrate that it is within the required distance. Getting back to implementing the classes, ideally when implementing this program into the library, there would be one library branch to focus on to start, and if it is successful, more classes or other branches would be added. More classes to other branches would be added. The first branch would be the only branch. It is somewhat rural and is surrounded by fewer resources than many of the other library branches. A beginner ESL class would be the first class offered to test the waters, so to speak, and would last for about 10 weeks. Additionally, a sort of casual class for parents and children could be held as well, which would allow both parents and children to increase vocabulary, reading, and have fun interacting with other parents and children with similar goals. This would also be approximately 10 weeks. Staff and volunteers will need to be trained before such classes begin, and a syllabus will need to be created. Even though one class is a casual class, it would still need structure. At this point, the library could either recruit volunteers from Montgomery College, expand their partnership with the Literacy Council, or train their staff to facilitate the classes. Preferably, there will be a combination of volunteers and trained staff. As this is a sort of pilot program, no evaluation will be given to students to enter the class, and the most basic class of ESL will be taught. In this way, I hope the pilot plan will prove some sustainability and help to ensure that it can be sustained in other branches. What does success look like? As mentioned by the Adult Literacy through Libraries, or ALL, Action Agenda, measurement and evaluation are key to the success of a program within the library. As the program grows, reevaluation and restructuring will be vital to its success. The goal of these programs is to provide English classes to adult learners. In order to evaluate success, the most obvious criteria will be attendance throughout the class. If it is a good and needed class, the students will come back. Additionally, staff and volunteers will provide feedback as to the progress of the classes. A survey to both the students and the staff will be given in the middle and end of the class sessions. The middle survey will be a way to sort of pull up the class if any major deficits appear. Students should also be given a small test to assess their English skills before and after the course finishes to see the progress and effectiveness of the classes. Of course, this assessment will not have any bearing as to whether they may or may not attend the class. If successful, the library can add more classes to this branch and expand to another branch, such as that of Silver Spring or Rockville. The Montgomery County Public Libraries already impact its communities in a great and positive way. However, the mission of the library is to offer free and equal access to services and resources that connect the people of Montgomery County to ideas and information which sustain and enrich their lives. With these classes, we can take the library one step closer to reaching that goal of helping and continuing to provide these vital services to a growing and highly diverse community. If there are any questions, no one is on. So if there are any questions, you can contact me via email. Also, you could just post because I will be posting this. And well, thank you for listening and have a nice day. Bye-bye.